It started off with the fact that I sadly forgot GAZ's tracks. I didn't forget them. I lost them. I just couldn't find them.
It's the Christmas gremlins.
It is. And, you know, it's just my mail server had gotten really full. And so I said, well, let me just see if I can clear out some space on my mail server. And I thought that they had already been downloaded on my computer. And this morning, at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm sitting there saying, where are these tracks? Where are these tracks? And I literally spent half an hour looking for these tracks, and I couldn't find them. But I do have some of your music, Gaz. I've got lots of your music, so we could pick one of those songs. First of all, why don't you tell us what's happening?
Well, there's quite a lot of new things. As you know, last time I was here, Some Forgive had gone to #1 in the dance charts in Australia. So what happened is, because of the popularity of the track, we went and re-recorded it, and I got one of my producers who lives in Peru, Somiak, to remix the track, and then it sort of started charting around Europe, so it's done very well, which was nice because originally the record was released 10 years ago, so it was a long time ago, and it knocked Madonna off the world chart, so it was my first #1. But also I'm here to tell you about the relaunch of my record label and some of the new tracks that were going to be released on a new WDR compilation album, World Domination Records compilation album called WDR Moments, or Greatest Moments. That's coming out in the new year. Hopefully we can find those tracks if they haven't gone astray.
It's not looking good, Gaz. That's all I can say.
I might have to sing live.
Exactly. I have the as I say, I have the old version of those tracks.
We can always spin in this house whilst we're trying to find maybe the other tracks. Otherwise, I can blag it.
Just blame the computer.
well, it's the operator. But I do have In This House.
Yeah. So if we give In This House a spin, because that's actually going to be on WDR Greatest Moments, which is coming out in the new year.
All right. Let me do that. Here it is, In This House. It's GAZ Reynolds on Radio Harrow. Going live. Never ever do a show after a party.
or do a show that is a party.
Yeah, possibly so. And I hope I just get my act together by the time that the Metropolitan Police come in. Otherwise, they'll have me in handcuffs by the end of the show.
Definitely.
So I've got GAZ Reynolds with me this morning, and we are talking about his music from World Domination Records, the relaunch of his label, and we're really looking forward to that. In a bit, we're also going to be talking about driving safety, and I did want to talk a bit about the UK singles charts, Gaz, if you will. Bear with me for one moment, because the charts are out, and X Factor winner, I mean, Simon Cowell must be thinking about drinking poison this morning. The charts came out yesterday, and do you know where Laura Johnson came in?
I haven't got a clue.
She, of course, was the winner, and so her song, which usually should be the Christmas #1, only made it to #9.
Really? Oh, I'm surprised
Number
for that.
9. Justin Bieber managed to stay in the top. He's, in fact, got #1 and #2. And #5, and I think he's got like 6 or 7 more on the charts as well.
He had 1, 2, and 3 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just come back with a vengeance.
He certainly has.
The charts look like a married couple arguing.
And Adele sort of squeezed in there a bit as well with Hello at #3. So, Gaz, what we're going to do is, I know you have this new song we want to get in. Let's pick one of your old songs.
Okay. Should we go with Plastic Girl?
I was just going to say, how about Plastic Girl?
Okay.
Let's play Plastic Girl, and then we're going to get to this other song in just a tick. So here's Plastic Girl on Radio Harrow.
forged from falsehood of epic scale. This story is still untold.
And there it is, Plastic Girl here on Radio Harrow. Now, how long is this Some Forgive?
How long is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd say 3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes, because we have news coming up at the top of the hour. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do talk for just a bit.
Okay.
And then we'll do the news.
Shout-outs.
Yep. And then we'll do the news. And then after that, we will play Some Forgive 2015.
Okay, good.
All right. You have some shout-outs?
I do, and they're all around the world. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone, and I've tried to keep the list quite short because there was loads.
It's 43 pages long.
Yeah, but I've chopped it down to half a page. Right, okay, so I've got Elsie, Croydon, Lou, Johnny, Kev, Lisa, Helen, Darren, Mel, Mev, Carlton, Benny and the team at Jarup, which is a music production company, Eliza, Marvin, Dean, Harry, John B, Sue, Shell, Tracy, Shirley, Kev, Somiak, who's one of my producers in Peru. I'm sure he's tuned in. Carmel and Alan Moiser, who's a celebrity friend of mine who just passed his driving test the other day at driving school.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's tuned in. He's a quite a well-established reporter and sports radio presenter in Romania.
I didn't notice my shout out there.
Did sorry, it's Daniel. One? Daniel, yeah,
hey.
Daniel, and of course the legend Gary Walker of Radio Harrow.
Great, thank you very much.
There's our shout outs, Gary. Save the best till last.
Now, one of the unfinished business that we have as well. We had our Who Is It this morning, Gaz. Maybe I'll give you, see if your brain is functioning this time of the morning.
Oh, I doubt it.
The Who Is It is a co-host of or former co-host of a motor vehicle-related television show, turning 46 today.
Yeah, I can see him, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah, and Sittel, who's lost. I don't even know where Sittel has gone.
Went to use the computer.
Ah, I see.
He got a bit bored.
As a good producer should. Sittel, you got this one right. You want to tell us who it is? You have to talk into the mic there.
Yeah, I think it's Richard Hammond.
It is indeed Richard Hammond. So congratulations. Sittel, you win absolutely nothing, but yay!
He wins the pride of getting it right.
Exactly, which also Fred on the Hill got it right, as did Nancy and Jean, who's tuning in, and Ben got it right a couple days ago, because I test all my questions with my other co-host, who isn't here today because he's probably still in bed. Like a smart person. Shrey Puranik, who hosts our breakfast, our sports show, usually, was texting me this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. And he's, I mean, yeah, what in the world? But he apparently had a work emergency. He's in computing and had a work emergency, so he was awake. Anyway, Gaz, are we going to talk about the driving school at all, or... because I need to, my American driving license is going to expire.
Uh-oh.
And I can't drive on it anyways here. But if I go back to America, I won't be able to rent a car, which means I'll just never be able to go back to America.
You just need to take your driving test here.
I need to go take that driving test. Then I'll go back as a British driver and confuse them all, because I'll come back on my American passport with my British driving license.
And you'll still be driving on the wrong side.
Yes, exactly.
Either way, you got it.
Either way, I'm going to confuse people. Anyway, it is coming up on 8 o'clock. We've got news coming up at the top of the hour, and we will be back with more from GAZ Reynolds and Daniel and Situl and myself, and we'll have a cracking good breakfast brainbuster as well. So keep it right here. This is Radio Harrow.
This is breakfast.
Radio Harrow. Radio Harrow.
Okay, Christmas words. Take one.
Is this recording? Yeah. Excellent.
Hello.
Speak.
What? Give it a go.
Shall I do it now? What are we doing?
Talking to the microphone. Lovely.
Run, run, Rudolph. I can't say Rudolph.
What was I doing?
You can't use that one.
Christmas.
Let's do it again.
Radio Harrow.
And this is Radio Harrow Breakfast, and we are into hour 2 of the breakfast show for your Saturday morning. Coming up later today, Donna Lois will not be with us, so it's up for grabs what happens between 10 and 11, not quite sure yet. At 11 o'clock, the world's greatest request team is in, the Saturday request show, and then it's more nonstop music, great music throughout the afternoon right here on Radio Harrow. Now, I have a breakfast brain buster. Let's see if we can get your brains, your cobwebs out. 10 million of these are eaten each year in December. And I'm on to you, Daniel. I didn't put the answer in.
I know, I was looking there, I was like, it says answer.
Yeah,
There's no
it does,
answer.
and there's no answer. So nice try. 10 million of these are eaten each year in December. And the question is, what? If you think you know the answer to that, give us a shout. 208-869-3959 is the phone number. You could text 88802 to, and you have to start the message with 123 Harrow. You can email studio@radioharrow.org or tweet us at Radio Harrow, or use the hashtag RHBreakfast. 10 million. Gaz, any guesses?
Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, I could eat 10 million of those. Just the thought of that. A great answer. That's not it.
Something to do with Christmas food. Something.
Yeah, it must be Christmas puddings.
Christmas puddings. There's another good answer.
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
Wrong. Turkey could be a good answer. We won't say yet. Situl, any thoughts on this one? 10 million eaten during December?
Oh, gosh. Sprouts.
No, that would be 10 million thrown away each day.
I can't
About
stand
5
sprouts.
eaten.
Gosh, 10 million turkeys.
Okay, so we got a few people saying turkeys. We'll find out if that's right a little bit later on in the morning here on Radio Harrow. In the meantime, our guest here in the studio is GAZ Reynolds, and we are talking about World Domination Records. So, Gaz, you have a new song that's out on the charts?
Yes, the last time I was here, Some Forgive had charted in Australia at #1 on the dance charts, but it's since then I re-recorded the track and had it remixed in Peru by one of my producers who's tuned in now, actually, in Peru, called Somiak. And then it started charting around Europe, so it's doing very well at the moment.
Okay.
10-year anniversary of the record as well, because it was originally released 10 years ago.
Oh, great. Yeah. Should we take a listen?
Let's give it a spin.
Okay, here it is. In spite of our technical difficulties, we do have it. One way or another, we do have it. Here it is, Some Forgive on Radio Harrow. was remastered for 2015 and sounding really good. Gaz, I noticed that when I was looking up these songs, I saw that a few of them said explicit.
Oh yes, some of them are. Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have the explicit ones here.
Yeah,
but,
there was an issue with iTunes as well with some of my explicit tracks, but it's legally been sorted out now through my distributors in America.
Okay.
Because there was some issues.
How explicit are they?
Oh, some of them are quite explicit. So they're not really. I was on one radio show where they wanted the explicit mixes, which I was a bit surprised at, and so they were actually aired. But there was a record of mine out years ago which wasn't explicit, but because of the title of it, it actually got banned from radio for 6 months, which was Electric Kama Sutra. But then Radio and Records in America decided to change their mind about it, and then they started playing it alongside the likes of Eminem and Madonna, and then it just started getting playlisted everywhere in America. So I was very lucky.
I have that one here, in fact.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's good to get sort of like banned from radio, and then the press sort of get interested. And I had a very good promoter in New York at the time, and he used that as a marketing tool, and then he got us onto radio with it.
Yeah, there is a saying that says there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Not in the music industry, there isn't.
So, what is in the works? Well, what's coming up?
Okay, well, relaunch of my record label, World Domination Records. If anyone wants to check that out, you can go to www.worlddominationrecords.com. So we've got all new releases coming out, plus we've got the WDR Greatest Moments album coming out next year. Haven't got an exact release date yet, but it will be released worldwide, so it'll be on iTunes, Spotify, etc. I've got a brand new album in the works, which is due for the summer. That goes into production in January, and you may have noticed from that particular track, Some Forgive 2015, I've got a new funky sort of dance sound now, so the new album is going to be very much sort of funky dance house music, and I'm working with Somniac, who's one of my favourite producers. He's based in Peru, but we've also got a lot of guest producers and artists coming in. Some of them are semi-famous and some of them are very famous, so stay tuned for that. And also my driving school, GR8Drive, that's relaunching as well next year.
Okay, and when you relaunch that driving school, I think I'm going to have to be one of your first customers.
We've got brand new cars as well. The Renault Clio, I think they're called Navs. We've got a new sporty look for the design of the cars as well, so it's going to look really good.
So yeah, I got a notification that, and I knew it was coming up, my driving license in America, which I can't use here anyway now because I've lived here for so long.
Right.
But if I were to go back to America, it expires in February, on my birthday, February 11th. A hint if anybody's looking for gift suggestions. And so it expires on February 11th. And my sister and I
Get my diary out. You can book in for some lessons now.
Well, I think we may do that. My sister and I were chatting on Skype, and she said, well, yes, you got your renewal, but you have to have the certification from an eye doctor. And she, of course, treats England like it's a foreign country, and she's like,
well, it is a foreign country for Americans.
but I mean, she's like, and they won't accept a British, because I just went to the eye doctor too. I can see. I've got new glasses and everything.
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I think so. How many fingers are you holding up?
Yeah, exactly.
Or how many fingers am I holding up? 4, yes.
Oh, Gary clearly can't see if you think he's holding up some fingers. He ain't holding up anything.
So, Gaz, we've got some more of your music here, which I keep and actually do play once in a while as well.
Right, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Just sort of
I'll bribe you later.
Yeah, yeah. You can make the checks payable, Gary Walker.
I'll take some as well.
Don't forget me.
That's the problem with so many people in the studio today.
Lots of bribes.
Lots. Is there a particular song that
I don't think you've played Electric Kama Sutra before, so you can put that on if you want.
I can do that. I can do that right now.
Some of my tracks.
Free your mind, your body and soul. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. Electric Kama Sutra, electric. When light and heaven is all I want from you, I'm gonna make it
This is Breakfast.
Radio Harrow.
Living in this love fantasy. Hold me in your arms, don't let go. Now you know that our love is so. There is something deep inside of me. Thank you for the love you gave to me. You gave to me. Babe, you and I alone in this room. Turn down the lights and kiss me real soon. There is something deep inside of me. Thank you for the love you gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to me. Thank you for the love you gave to me. There is something deep inside of me. Don't fight the feeling, babe. Just let yourself go. Thank you for the love you gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to me. Thank you for the love you gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to me. You gave to
Radio Harrow. That was Deep by GAZ Reynolds. GAZ, that's a great song. Who was the backup?
Well,
singer
that's
song?
a friend of mine called Trina T, and I wrote that song in about 15, 20 minutes, I think, and I wanted to do it as a duet, and I had her in mind, but funnily enough, I had a very, very famous pop star that actually wanted to do a duet with me, and I almost did the track with her, which was Viola Wills. Unfortunately, she's passed away now. She heard the track and she wanted to do it, but I wanted Trina to be on it. So, and I think Trina did a really good job. But it's quite a few years old, that track now, but it's available on iTunes like all my records. Plug.
And on Amazon as well.
It's worldwide. All my records are worldwide. So any music resource anywhere in the world, you can purchase my music.
Yeah. And well purchased it would be as well.
Oh, thank you.
Certainly that song is one of my favorites. Gaz, we can talk just a moment about your driving school.
Okay.
As you said, you're relaunching. You've got new cars.
Yes, new cars, new pricing as well, new types.
Lower pricing.
Well, some of it will be lower.
Like for radio host pricing is always
yes,
lower.
Of course.
Yeah.
Always special rates for celebrities such as yourself.
Celebrity.
We do get a lot of celebrities at my school. We've had your friend Russell Howard.
And I love Russell Howard.
Yeah, I was talking to Drive. I just got Alan Moiser through. I'm sure he's tuned in today. He's become a very good friend of mine. He's a radio presenter and journalist from Romania, and he just passed his test the other day. And some of the actors from Game of Thrones.
We had an interesting show a couple of days ago. I had the Metropolitan Police, who spend so much time in the studio.
Well, I see you've got the police in here now.
They're in here now again.
And as I mentioned off air, I've forgotten to pay a parking ticket, so I'm going to make a quick exit before they realise. I'm only joking, of course.
Yeah. Well, and of course, I almost feel like Neil Fox with so many police officers.
Wait, Gaz, were you joking about the parking ticket or making the quick exit?
But in the meantime, they were here in the studio. We were talking about drink driving because, of course, over the holidays, it becomes a huge problem. People go to this Christmas party. I mean, for us, our party yesterday was at a dry restaurant. It was no alcohol served. So we all left. And at least, I mean, I'm having enough problem with my show today without having had anything to drink.
That's what you had
Maybe a shot would help the show.
Possibly so. Because imagine if I had been drinking, I would be. But talking about drink driving and the problems. Now, in your driving school, do you cover the topic of drink driving?
Yes, we do, actually. We always promote road safety. So, obviously, the main bulk of people learning to drive tend to be teenagers or mothers-to-be, which can vary in age groups. But we get all age groups coming to my school anyway. So we always, promote, not using alcohol or drugs for, when you're driving. But of course, there is a bit of a problem with drugs and alcohol with teenagers driving. Unfortunately,
especially cannabis.
Cannabis is a very big one, and I mean, there's even drug testing kits for driving instructors now, but they're so expensive. You can't test all of your clients. You can't sort of put them down and say, right, I need you to do a drug test before you get in the car.
They'll go elsewhere.
Well, they will. So so it's all done in a way where it's part of the education, particularly at the beginning of the first sort of couple of lessons. Then we promote that very much.
I'll be 17 in March. Might have to give you a call.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. I'll get my diary out now. Book everyone in. It looks like I'm going to have a full diary for next year already.
Well, you come on Radio Harrow to get some people for driving school.
But actually, there's been quite a lot of people that have listened to the interviews on YouTube and online, and there has been quite a lot of bookings that have come off of them.
Great. Well, Gaz, as always, it has been a pleasure having you here in the studio.
And it's been wonderful coming back, so thanks very much for having me back.
And we will, of course, get you back again soon, for sure.
I hope so.
I'm just trying to figure out why is this thing... Oh, I know why it's doing that. We do have another minute left, and it's just, unfortunately, my computer thought that I was running out of time. But no, we have another minute left.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say thanks to everyone that because I did loads of shout-outs, and I did have quite a lot of messages coming in saying thank you for the shout-outs. So, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for supporting my music and my driving school. And thank you to you, Gary, and your team.
Great. You're always welcome, Gaz. Always good. And whenever you have something new coming out, and do send it to me, and I promise I won't lose it next time.
Yeah, we had some techie problems this morning, but you managed to get the track.
I managed to get it. I am very resourceful. GAZ Reynolds, everyone, thanks again.
Thank you very much.
This is Breakfast.
Radio Harrow.